Hi crafters, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. It is Technique Tuesday and we are so excited about that because we will be making a diagonal joy fun fold card. It's so quick and easy, that's why we picked it. I'm G, so let's head down to the crafting table and let's look at that card. Okay, the card is going to look like this. Now look at this. Look how cute this is. We cut a diagonal here. We have a smaller card inside. It opens just like this. Let's do that one more time. So as we're busy making this card today, keep that in mind of what it looks like. It is quick and easy, so I know that you're going to love it. Now for this first card we're going to make, we will be using this beautiful Easter lily stamp set. Oh my goodness. It has the stamps and it also, you can buy the bundle and get these beautiful dies. Oh, we just absolutely love this and just in time, right? We're also going to use the fern embossing folder. Really adds texture to your background. The first thing you're going to need to do is take your piece of cardstock and we are going to cut it 4 1/4 by 11. So just go ahead and put it on the short side, measure 4 1/4 and cut down. Now we want to make sure and score at 5 1/2. This is just going to give us a top fold card, right? So we're just going to fold that over, bring in our bone folder and give it a good crease. But we still have to make a cut, right? So we're going to open it up and this is the top flap. So we are going to cut from the left corner to the bottom right corner. So what you need to do is go ahead and put that left corner right here in the canal and just swivel it until you get this bottom corner right here in the canal. Make sure that they are right where you want them. And now bring your cutting blade into the middle. This is a great tip for Technique Tuesday, right? Start in the middle because if you started over here, you might crunch that corner and you don't want to do that. So go ahead and slice. And now we have that beautiful diagonal cut. Make sure you save this for later, right? Now, we need to have some DSP. So we have selected this beautiful black and white. Look at that design. Love this design. Now, the way I do this very quickly, here's another tip for you, is go ahead and cut a mat as a first mat. So that means you're going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. Now I want to remind you, all the measurements will be listed over on our blog on creativemomentsbygee.com, so you can get all the measurements there. So let's go ahead and cut our first mat. Now remember, if your paper is directional, you really need to lay it here and see how you want your 5 1/4 to be. Ours is not directional, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going to cut it at 4 and then by 5 1/4. Now I'm going to once again get this diagonal cut. Put your left-hand corner in the canal, swivel your paper to where your bottom right-hand corner is in the canal. Take your cutter to the middle and slice. And we have a perfectly cut diagonal. So let's go ahead and lay that down. Now, I want to invite you to stay with us to the very end because we have a bonus card that we're going to make, and I'm going to show you. It's not really stepped up, but it's another version of a card like this. So for the smaller card, you need to bring back in your trimmer and cut 3 by 8. So let's go ahead and put this at 3. Cut it. Extend your arm. And we're going to cut this at 8. And then we're going to score it at 4. Let's just fold that over and give it a good crease. Now we're starting to see our diagonal joy fun fold come together, aren't we? So our smaller card goes right here. But now we need to decorate the front, right? So let's bring in a smaller white piece of paper. Let's bring in Peace I Give Unto You. And let's stamp that right in the corner. We're going to use Night of Navy. Tap, tap, tap. Look at how beautiful that is. So pretty. And we're going to mat it with some black paper just to make it pop. Going to lay that down. Now you might want to put it on some yellow paper because I have a black mat. It's a little hard to see. We want to make sure we get this lined up just perfectly. Now I went ahead and I stamped and cut out some beautiful images from here. I have this beautiful lily, these pods, this beautiful leaf right here. Cut out 2 of those, and I used a variety of blends. We have Parakeet Party, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to place those images around here. And let's go in just a little bit closer. So I have my leaves cut. And I'm just going to begin placing them around. Look how pretty that looks. Now we have it just the way we want it. Let me show you another tip. When you think you have it the way you want it, you can go ahead and just turn this over just like this, and you can tape it together just so it holds its place. And now we're ready to add this one to a dimensional, and these can just fall right there. So let's add some glue to the back. Now, if this one comes off, not to worry. Going to use some dimensionals for this beautiful flower. And we're just going to add this one right here. And look at how beautiful that is going to look. Just gorgeous. So let's bring this in, and now we need to add the inside. And we took a piece of black paper and some basic white, and we ran it through that embossing fern. Look at how beautiful that is. So we are going to add this down to the inside of our card, and we will be ready to place our smaller card on the inside. Now, because this is a 3D embossing folder, make sure that you really push it down and that you get enough glue on that embossed mat. Now, I'm going to set this up on some dimensionals just to give it some additional height. Okay, let's just add this to the front of our card. Now, notice where we put the seam right here. The crease is to the right-hand side because it's going to open up that way. Okay, so let's get this added. Just need to add some more glue. Center it, top to bottom and left to right. And here is our finished card. Look at how beautiful that is. You open it up. And if your images go over your smaller card, before you put it down, just kind of cut the edges off. So pretty. Love this quick and easy card. It also allows you to use your DSP and your embossing folders for that added texture. Now, make sure that you stay with us because we have 2 additional cards to show you. But are you ready for the bonus card? Now, this card actually uses an entire piece of cardstock. So the first thing you need to do is go ahead and get your regular score lines in it. So on the short side, you're going to score at 4 1/4. Then you're going to take it out and score at 5 1/2. And now we are looking at our score lines right here. We are going to go ahead and cut out this entire rectangle right here. So the easiest way to do that is just to put your paper in and put it right at 4 1/4. We're going to cut down to this line right there and just cut down. Now we're going to turn our paper and we're going to place it at 5 1/2. We're just cutting off that rectangle. And pull it out. Okay, so we have this cut out, right? The next thing we want to do is cut a diagonal here and then over on the left, and that's it. So put your left corner in, put your bottom right corner in the canal, make sure it's lined up, and we're just going to slice. Now, keep that cutter right in the middle so that we don't scrunch our corners, and look at that. Perfect, right? Now you see we have this empty spot, we have a diagonal, and now we want a diagonal here. And we're going to cut it from this corner to the bottom corner. So let's go ahead and put it in, put that point right there, and just turn it. Once you have those points in the canal, slice and pull it out. Now we're going to fold down and fold over. So bring in your bone folder. Give that a good crease. Bring this down, make sure it's lined up, and give that a good crease. Now, once again, it's easy to cut your mats because we're just cutting a first mat and then we are slicing it into a diagonal, right? So let me show you the paper that I have selected. Look at this beautiful paper. And remember, all the materials and supplies and measurements are over on my blog in creativemomentsbyg.com. So once again, I cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I would lay it down on your card and see how you want to cut it. Bringing in my trimmer, I'm lining up my corners into the canal. I'm rotating this to where it's in the bottom of the canal. And I'm going to slice. Remembering to start in the middle of your mat so you don't scrunch those corners. And look at that. Perfect corners every time. This one is going right here. Now look what I have done for this bottom. I went ahead and I took some of that paper. I'm using the back side of it, but I ran it through this beautiful embossing folder. Layered florals. And look at the result. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness, love it. So, once again, lay it down on your paper so that you get the design that you want and you know exactly where to cut it. So I'm putting in my corner in the canal, rotating it at the bottom, and once I get those corners, bringing in my cutting blade to the middle of the mat and slicing. Now, you want to make sure and keep this because you could use this, create another diagonal card. So let's go ahead and lay these down so you can see how beautiful it's going to look. Now for the cardstock, I'm using Berry Burst. I'm picking up this color right here. And look at how pretty that looks already, right? And we just open it up like this. So pretty, but we're not done yet. We need to go ahead and have a white piece of paper right here. And we need a decoration for the front, right? So I went ahead and I used the deckled dies. Love these dies. You get like 12 of these circles. So it fits, you have a circle for just about any image you want. And I cut out the Berry Burst. I cut out a piece of white paper, a little bit smaller, and I stamped wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness. And I got that beautiful sentiment from Lifetime of Love. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on some dimensionals. And I used some of the DSP just to cut out a little leaf, a little grouping of leaves. And I'm just going to put this right on this top flap. So you have to line it up where you want it and then know that you only put dimensionals on this side, or you can glue it down. I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals. Now I'm just going to add these leaves right here. And I'm going to add just a few gems just to pick up this Berry Burst some more. And look at this. This is a stepped up version of the Diagonal Joy. You open it up and you open it right here. You put your message, you put some more images, whatever you want. On this one, the one that we just created, I'm going to add some jewels to it too. And I have some beautiful black sparkles. So look at these two cards. This is our bonus card, and this is our card that we made. So which design do you like the best? Take a moment and leave a comment. Do you like this one that has a smaller card in it, just a half diagonal? Or do you like this full diagonal card? Take a moment and let us know. And let us know which card you love too. These images, peace I give unto you, or wishing you a lifetime of happiness. Okay, and let me show you our other cards. We looked at this one earlier, but let's take a closer look. Look at those beautiful flowers. Our sentiment, you open it up, we stamped it right here. Open it up. We have it double matted on the inside. You could add another image if you want. We also have a diagonal joy fun fold for a man. Look at this adorable card. To the man who does everything. We used a lot of our DSP on this. We cut out our images and we even put a screwdriver on the inside. Plenty of room to write your message. We emboss this using our cane weave embossing folder. And finally, we continued to use our beautiful DSP, the Meandering Meadows. We stamped our image here. You are such a blessing. This is the bonus card. Just another look at what you can do with this bonus card. So we have our two bonus cards right over here. Well, what do you think about these Diagonal Joy Fun Fold cards? Don't you love them? So quick and easy, so much you can do. You can use your DSP, embossing folders, and our bonus card, right? A stepped up version that's as quick and easy as the first card. Well, Monty and I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you take a moment, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, share with your friends. We'll go out and make it a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.